Woshige is an SF6 dev team. I don't know who's in the SF6 dev team, but that's the point. Is like Street Fighter V. My point is like Broski's like, hey, players should be consultants for this. They should survey the players. What I'm saying is like they've been doing that shit. They've been doing that shit. Not only have they been doing that shit, but they have players as battle directors and battle planners for multiple games. It's just you're not on it. They might not be asking you. The problem is they might be selective with who they talk to and who they listen to. And they don't always make good decisions is the problem. And also, do you really want Tekken players balancing shit? That's what I'm saying. Players are the ones fucking shit up. There has to be some kind of like balance between person who understands the game well and person that like and plays and some. But the other thing too is you need it's the teams that make those games. There's no way that one person controls all the like the balance interest in a game like that. Here's my thing, and if we're just gonna be real about it. Given all the shit that you see on Twitter from Street Fighter V, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Tekken 7, Strive players, do you really want those motherfuckers on a balance, like in charge of the game? Let's just call it like elephant in the room. I'm gonna just say the quiet part out loud. Do you really want the motherfuckers you see on Twitter talking about these games in charge of the game? Fuck no. Some of these teams are just not doing the best job or making like bad decisions. But the thing is, it's just hard. Balance is hard, man. Balance is really hard. The way the butterfly effect works with even just small changes in this shit. Sometimes it's really difficult to envision how far reaching like the effects or that might play out, you know? Yeah, it's like, especially with regards to like top players and shit like that, with the way social media, dude, I read that tweet in my first response. I'm like, how are so many people jacking off to this? Like, bro, have y'all just not been paying attention to anything the past 10 to 15 years? The role social media has in, I think, balance is a thing. No hate on Broski either, by the way. I don't know. It's just, I don't get it. The players be the ones fucking it up. That's what I'm saying. To be real, I think the way that reads to me is you wish they would take your feedback. And that's fair, too, by the way. But that's just how it is. Do you guys remember, like, late Street Fighter 4? That last patch for Ultra when they were talking about red focus and shit? Like, people roasted the fuck out of Combo Fiend. Even though that quite obviously, was not his call. You know? But I'm saying that comes down to him being a player versus another player. You're right. There's so much that goes into this shit. And it's like, imagine there's two balance teams almost. There's like the Capcom USA squad, then there's the Capcom JP one. And what if one team is actually in charge of changes and shit, but they don't respect the opinions of the other team, if that makes sense? So then it becomes like this weird dick measuring contest kind of shit. Like, there's all kind of politics at play there. In fact, if you look at Japan with the way they talk about Street Fighter 6 balance shit, how many of you guys actually pay attention to this shit? Part of the conversation with Street Fighter 6 players when they're talking about balance and shit is they say like, it's politics now. Whenever you guys see fighting game players in Japan talking about like Seiji, talking about politics, that's what they're talking about. Is you have to campaign for your character to be like perceived as in need of help or something, as not top tier. So that's why like the downplay comes in some down and all that shit. That's all. It's a lot of posturing on social media and shit like that, which is like whack, right? But that's like kind of just that's a thing with the game now, and it's not just that game. Yeah, it's like because of Twitter too, and like social media specifically, and like YouTube is a part of this now too. You gotta be like, it's like for issues that you really have with balance, you gotta like campaign that shit, you know, and hope that the devs are listening. Every community has like their thing, I guess, and I guess that's what the realization I came to is like it's all the same, you know. I don't see how you could have played SF5 and been there from SF5 at the beginning, and then be like, players should be involved in the balance process. Like, they literally are. They literally, they are. Oh, Funky P? Holy shit. Funky P with the card. Bro, like, holy shit. This is like Broski setting up. Bro, that is the card. Broski setting up, he's got Exodia, fourth arm. All this shit, and then it's like, NRS games. Like that shit. No! Ban the testers. That shit right there. That alone is the gotcha to me. Are you sure? Are you sure you want them involved? I'm being generous, Tito Broski. I don't know if he's trying to say something else actually or not. That's but I can't help but think that, you know what I mean? Most players are asset. I mean, the thing is, it's just like anything else, dude. Not every top player is gonna be good at being able to explain concepts in the game, just like some probably can't perceive the way certain changes might influence things. It's just like, I don't think just being good at the game makes you inherently good at balance, and I think you can observe that through multiple use cases, you know? The truth is, there are some teams that assemble that are better at balance than others, and right now, I think a lot of people are dissatisfied with most of the balance teams that are out there for games. That's really it. But like, trying to point at it and be like, see, there's no players, like, what do you mean? Here's why I know I could never be on a game balance team, because in the patch notes, my shit would be like, all right, this is now minus 20. This loses all damage. This, and then reason, because it's not fair, because it's fair now, because it's not fair. This shit was not fair. I would just write that and just be like, hold that shit. Because y'all some bitch ass motherfuckers and this shit was not fair. That's why. Hold that. I would add, and bro, we could go character by character. Bro, Mei players, y'all are fucking idiots, dog. Y'all just sail through the air mashing buttons and just relying on becoming a hitbox to solve all your problems in life. You're fucking coddled. You've never known adversity like that. You're fucking terrible people at that. And then y'all are some nasty ass coomers and shit. Fuck y'all. Eat shit. Jump H, jump dust. All of it would die. All of it just erase. Hakai. Reason, fuck you. Chip players, y'all ain't safe. That's what I'm saying. Bruh, if my game would be boring as fuck, and I'm just telling you, that's just how it would be. Damn, May bros. The thing is, they ain't gonna deny it either. They know it's true. What are they gonna do? Like, deny it? If you really want to know who you can trust, bruh, look at the way Strive turned out. That's what happens when you put Potemkin players in charge, right? All I'm saying is, I agree with Broski. I think Leffen and Inconsiderate Raccoon should be on every balance team. I think they should be consulted for all changes in all games. And I think if they do that, we'll have a much brighter future in the fighting game community.